Hi guys, Gaming Bear here. Right, the end of last episode, we had a bit of a situation because Russia split into two, and we've got to fight two different factions now. So September 1938, and well, we just need to take it to them. We just cleared the area down here, and I need to start putting those together. We need to really start thumping through to clear some of these areas. So we'll get these guys up in the front line from Minsk and then pushing straight through. Do you want to go straight through? No, it's not. Don't attack a city unless you have to. Now surround a city, yeah, that would work. So we'll do that differently. So I'll get those guys there, pushing in, surround and take these areas up to the border there, take this pocket. Why have a fight like that if you don't need to? Now that's going to seal off that pocket, and I want these guys to start pushing through, and I need to seal off against and to prevent the Russia from actually pushing in and capturing the area up above as much as possible. So let's set them up there and get them pushing through. Because if we're not going to be at war, then they're not going to attack us yet. We're building up to war, but we're not going to be at war yet. So we'll get that in place. These guys, we need to just take this area as quickly as possible with as little fuss as we can. And those units, let's get you guys. So the original plan is out the window, and so we'll just shift you through to there, capture that section, and just get them in. Those are pushing through, and we've got those guys ready to go. And how many cavalry units have I got? 3 cavalry units. Let's send them straight through to start scouting Moscow and to try and clear some of these areas. Mountain troops, let's get them through into Kalinin. Infantry, send them up towards the side of Leningrad, and then turn in to encircle Leningrad and take it, and to create a pocket in this area as well. So that'll start shifting those. It's gonna be tricky, but I want to capture areas. I wouldn't normally do this. I'd take it slower and more organised, but I want to stop them capturing as much of Russia as I can. So I'm going to have to move fast, get in fast, sort them out as quickly as I can. Great new pilot, that's looking good. Oh, and then here, what's happening? So we've got they're attacking us again. Let's just ditch that so we know what's new, what isn't. So they're definitely going for our poor units. Oh, we've lost a light cruiser. That's not nice. Ouch, we need all of these units together. Right, we need some more planes. We're having issues. Let's split this in two. Get half of them here and covering this area of the Baltic. Get them in, so that'll at least assist in the situation and spotting what's causing us problems. These units, okay, they're covering the Baltic that way, and let's split that in two. Give half the units in, coming from this side shipwise and covering there to give some assistance to our ships, because I don't want to lose any more ships than I have to. So 1 ship for the cost of 3 subs. Well, technical victory, but I don't like losing anything. So yeah, not really what I want to be doing. Okay, we've got them surrounded. Let's get them pushing in. Italy, they want Yugoslavian territory. Okay, well, and then we've got the whole of the Czech situation to sort out after we've battled with Russia as well. So that's good. That's going to be entertaining. Okay, we're taking them down. That's neat. Planes incoming. Very nice. 6 subs gone. Cool. New battle. Chasing them down. Another one. Should be another 2 or 3. And then even more battles. They're really, really trying to do something. They're trying to do a number on us at the moment, aren't they? Mind you, we're destroying them in the background. So you know, it's not exactly it's not exactly their fault. So let's have a look. Number wise, yeah, we've got the war goal. Modify the government. What do we want? Yes, we want to go for Atlantic Fleet. Armour, naval firepower. I don't want speed, I want to go for naval firepower. Everything I produce, I want to be big and tough. We're going for a proper navy. So ditch that. One sub for one plane for 6 subs. I think that's pretty fair. Great, we've got justification. And so if we can go for war with them now, that'll really improve the situation. It won't improve the situation. It'll just mean that we can capture both of them at the same time and without having any issues. So I'm just going to move some of these guys. Let's get those 20 form up along the border. Oh, we can't do that just there then at the moment. Let's get them into a separate section. New commander. Let's go for. We want a field marshal. Oh, we don't need field marshal. Just go for a good general. So let's go for von Bock. Put him in charge. And when they're in place, let's just get in. Let's just start the. Just declare war. Yes, conquer. Go for it. Boom. That's sorted. Oh, World of Tanks is updating in the background. Neat. And you guys, let's include that in there. You in there as well. And let's plan to push in, take that area. Looking pretty good. We just need to keep it rocking and rolling. So let's move those guys up to there, into that section. That's all looking good. Eastern Poland, let's move them up to there. Close support, get them in as well. Move things up now. As things may get a little bit tricky, so I'm going to slow things down a little bit so we can keep an eye more on what's happening. And we've got resistance, so time to split off some cavalry units. Come on, double click. Why isn't it clicking? Okay, well, grab him. Let's create a new unit. You in there. We're just going to hunt for cavalry. Okay, and then we'll get those in as well. Do we have any more? Let's check for more cavalry. You into there. Those units, no cavalry. And none in there. Okay, and then this unit will just get a Maximilian. Yeah, you deal with that. Oh. what happens with these guys. They start... you need to keep a united front. They're so sneaky. They pull back, cause problems, and seal up around you, and you end up losing a lot of troops. I'm going to have to, rather than pushing in, I'm going to have to form a single line, close everything up one at a time. I've just suddenly realised the strategy I'm going to have to adopt with this, because these, when they do it like this, they pull back, you move forwards, they cut you off, and the weather, you can see the snow, it just destroys your armies incredibly quickly. And you need to sort out with fallback lines. And the fallback lines last a little while, and then that's a route that they can't cross for a short amount of time. And that's, so use fallback lines, set up fallback lines as you're moving forward to take the two sections of Russia. I'll try and demonstrate it as we're working our way through, but I'm going to have to reorganise now. I've just suddenly realised where we are, so we're going to have to do two different things. One is to set up against the against the revolution, and do that. Guard the ports and special areas, and let's just get these areas highlighted, get them all covered. As we're working our way through, capturing them on the way through. Add that as a backup, and then we're going to need additional units to start protecting these guys in the background. Otherwise we are going to be in a lot of trouble. We really are. So I've got to reorganise things, so I'm going to pause the recording and I will show you the... well, I'm just going to pull it into the other unit into a single unit, and that we can spread out as one long line, and then work individual partitions in between that. Otherwise we're going to get cut off and they're going to destroy our army incredibly quickly. I've made that mistake before and it's not nice. It's really not nice. What's happening here? Okay, yeah, they're really trying to take us. We need to just... I'll get this all set up and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, I've been organising things in the background and setting up fallback lines for the different units to crisscross through the ice and snow to try and protect my units from being just taken to pieces. Quite literally, it gets horrendous. Now, we've got these ships going in, we'll keep being attacked, but I need to reorganise the trade side. So let's have a look. Sweden is closer, so let's ditch one of those. Oops, just have two. Oh, come on. I'm just after two. There we go. Okay, that should sort that out. Oil, on the other hand, let's put that down by one so we can regain a factory. It'll give us a slight shortfall. There we go. That's looking good. Then, construction-wise, some more equipment. That's all looking good. We'll sort out the radar later. Now we want more factories, more construction. Civilian and military. Now we don't want to put them into the Russian side, so we want to, as we've taken this zone anyway, let's start building some factories in this area. So shift click will sort that out for us, and we get these built in the background. Keep that being organised. Those are going to be redone, and I'm going to bump some of these up. Oh, my system's being a bit slow, so we'll bump that up. I'm going to get building some more factories in the background, and then we'll get some more military ones. Sorting these out. That's it. That's looking good. Very nice. And let's double check, see what's close to being completed. That's nearly done. That's nearly done. We'll leave that till later. Double check this road. Yep, let's just finish that off as it's so close. And the port, let's get that sorted. That port needs redoing. These roads, they've seen better days. They should be okay. Let's get Pommern in. That could be why we've had to sort out the materials in the background, because we've had problems with the ports. That could well be it. So let's get these guys moving in towards the divisions. I don't want them being cut off, so I'm sending some of the guys back from where they were heading, to be able to form constructed lines. Otherwise they're going to get cut off in the snow, and it's really, really tricky. You just get cut off and suddenly there's no one near to break through. You can't get through, you're stuck, you get surrounded. It's really, really tricky. You wouldn't expect it to be so tricky. So you need to just use the tool, click on this, then set up a fallback line, allocate a number of units to it, and then suddenly the enemy unit won't cross over that, because it's a snow track that your forces use for a certain amount of time. I haven't worked out exactly how long at the moment, but it's quite an interesting thing, so you've got to be aware of that, because if you start getting your troops breaking off and in this sort of terrain, you are going to be in a lot of trouble. And so yeah, you have to believe me on that. If you haven't tried it and haven't had the problems, then you don't know what you're getting yourself into. So yeah, be very, very careful. Send him down to there. Get them starting to cover the areas around their units. Create some salient, some little pockets, and then start to break your way through. But it's a little bit of a slower process than you really want to, than you want to have. So speed this back up, see where we are, watch out what's happening, and slowly crisscross the country. Stop them from breaking out. See, they keep doing things like this which they wouldn't normally do. So let's grab those, and what's the percentage? 10%. Okay, let's go in, and I want to seal this unit, this area, as quickly as I can. You guys, let's allocate you to that line as well, and keep watching for units going off on their own that fall behind enemy lines when they start recapping things. It's a right palaver, it really is. Mass motorization, so we'll sort that out. Oh, it looks like it's doing an auto save in the background, which is good, because I'm running the harder mode, so I can't do saves at the moment. So mass motorization, nice. Mechanization, let's have a look at the units. So 1938, nearly able to do things. I really want to be able to get the SDKs soon. It'll be soon. So almost at the 38. And let's go for the upgrades on the mechanized infantry. See, they keep trying to break through. They keep trying to just force you to actually take areas and get cut off without any backup. It's really tricky, and the weather really causes a serious issue. So let's get those guys working their way through. He's surrounded, and I want to get in. Let's just get those guys into there, sort that out. Take each of these little salients as quickly as we can. That's it. You move into there. You take that. Seal that off. You seal that. You come through to there. Do straight lines with your troops so that you can just not have any broken edges. Otherwise, you're going to be in trouble as they force their way around you. There we go. Brilliant. That's neat. So reallocating these troops, and let's delete that line that they're on, and we'll create a new one. So new fallback line. Let's get these guys working their way around there, all the way up to there, and allocate them all to it. And round to there with an offensive hook to encircle these units. So they've got a fallback line that they can use as well. So you've got to think about things like this. Otherwise, it does get really, really weird. And you're thinking, why are my units being cut off? Why are they? Because they work their way through, and they're ghosting in different areas, and it's difficult to catch up with them. It's a really weird situation if you don't put these lines in place when you've got this this scenario. But it makes life very, very interesting. It really does. So keep it rocking and rolling. Get them in place. Move those guys through. You, on the other hand, let's move up to Smolensk. You move through to there. You work your way through that side, and you work through the other way. That's it, and we'll start to work our way through, capturing the different zones. Let's push him down to Sevastopol. Couple of units. Let's get one of them coming to the airfield. Let's pause. Something's gone wrong. Just you. Why isn't he allocating? Something's gone wrong. I'm not sure what's gone wrong, but something's gone wrong. Oh, it could be because they've got the strait. We can't cross this way yet. Okay, no, let's work our way this way. Let's not bother with Sevastopol. They've got it, and they're preventing us from crossing, I think. Yeah, I don't want to risk it that way. I'm just going to take the ports around it and seal the areas, secure it all, and keep it rocking and rolling. Keeping an eye on these troops, see what's happening. Let's check the numbers. Look at what these badges are doing. All these subs that have just suddenly appeared. It's like, what? Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. But that's why I put the planes there, just to be able to find this sort of thing when it's happening. You need the assistance, because suddenly you've got the bombers, the destroyers that are coming in, and you didn't know they had them, and it's like, oh, what? But we're taking them down. So delete these so you know that whatever you're facing is brand new. We're losing planes, but one plane for 2 subs, and delete these every time you go through. Otherwise you'll think, did I do that before? Is this a new one? So you need to keep on top of it. Ooh, that's not nice. Not nice losing his sub. Right, we're going to need some more planes. Let's check the plane situation. How are we looking? So let's get all of those guys in this end of the Baltic and straight into there to help assist. And let's join these 2 units together. Click that, which joins them, and bish bash bosh, that'll link them. So that's sorting that side out. keep an eye on things so you don't get cut off, and I'm afraid these guys might be starting to get cut off. So let's move them through to there, you through to there. Make sure there are no gaps, because their units always seem to hide in the gaps you don't go in. It's just, it's infuriating, especially when they then cut off your unit, cause you a whole load of trouble. I want you going that way, through to there, in there to cut them off, and then to Bryansk from the rear. So sorting that out, you move there. You've almost got to tell you guys where to go, otherwise you're going to have some serious problems. Work through each of your units, get them working in straight lines. Or they do things like this, which is a pain in the behind. It really is. And keep it rocking and rolling, just make sure there are no holes where they can hide. Because they're not really the toughest of units, but they keep trying to get away, and they keep causing problems, and they keep just breaking up and disappearing, and have these little pockets, and it's just... when you played it and you know what's coming, it's something you've really got to think of. Yeah, very good fun, very interesting. And the first time I was like, oh my goodness, and you sort of get used to it, and it took a little while for me to work out the best way of doing it, of setting up these fallback lines, so that you can actually, essentially it's a bit like having a rope in the snow, something you can follow back to, that'll stop them ghosting in past you. Really, really sort of exciting and interesting and unusual. So yeah, I'm always up for something like that. But let's get one of you guys into there, and then sealing that section off. You there, there, and there. Seal all of these as you work your way through. Keep the lines, try and keep the frontage. Destroy them as you're working your way through. Let's work that way and start cutting them off. Oops. Let's go round that way. Round the outside, round the outside. Now I want to join these two units, these two areas, and then start breaking these down. Otherwise it's going to be a bit of a palaver. That's it, and then you that way and through. So you can see they follow really weird paths, and it's something really strange, and they don't go the way you think they're going to go. It's really tricky. You've got to stay on top of it. It's very hands-on, very interesting, but very hands-on and very dangerous for your troops if you muck it up. If any guys now let's pull you back. I don't want you wandering off, otherwise you'll get cut off, and I know that already. Let's move him into there, and then round that way, start encircling these guys. That's looking good, some neat little pockets. Look at these, the way they just send your troops in different ways. It's almost like it's a confusion spell that's just been played on these units. That's it. Would take those guys out, seal these pockets, and work from one pocket to another. Don't do it too quickly, otherwise you will be in serious trouble. So I'm going to call it there because we're coming up to half an hour. and I will see you on the next one. We're getting there. It's a slow process. It really is. Interesting, time consuming, but keep following this method. Set up the fallback lines so they find it more difficult to cross and get behind you. Otherwise they just have these little bolt holes, and it's almost like they hide in, it's almost like a snowstorm, and you can't find them. You're sure they're there, and unless you go and close it, they will escape from it, open the areas up behind you, cut you off, and suddenly the snowstorm is just decimating your units. And that's something to really, really bear in mind. So think that clicking on the unit, going to the fallback line, creating a fallback line is like putting a link in the snow that you can follow back to your troops and link all your guys, and to have them with a bit of sustenance and a bit of warmth coming back to you, like in the Arctic. You need warm clothes or a lifeline. Put these out, put the fallback line, that is your lifeline. It's really, really imperative that you do that when you have this situation coming up, when you're going into Russia. So thank you for watching. It's slow. I'm going to skip through this and get a little bit further on so I don't drag it. This is time consuming, and I don't want to have to show you. It's going to be a lot more of things like this, which is going to take a while, and I don't want to bore you with it. So I will see you on the next one, and I will get closer to the finish. So see you all soon. Cheers guys, bye.